What's good, y'all? It's your boy Muhammad Sanu. We here live at the Trail Report. You know what I'm saying? My boy C Hill. Y'all better stay tuned. You heard? Big talk.
Chiefs GM Brett Veach say that Patrick Mahomes is ahead of schedule in his recovery. He is in the building from 7 to 3 to 4 o'clock every single day. If he goes to Texas for a few days, he takes one of our assistant trainers with him. Obviously, because of that hard work, I think he's pretty far ahead of schedule. I don't want to get far ahead of myself, but he's such a motivating presence and an example in the building on how to approach it every day like a true professional. I'm excited for him to be back out there. So as we talked about earlier on the channel, maybe a couple weeks ago, Patrick Mahomes wants to be back, in a very timely manner. He doesn't want to miss a lot of time, and he wants to be back, preferably by the beginning of the season. I stated my opinion as far as thinking I don't think he'll be back by that point, but I think he'll be back definitely earlier in the year, especially if he keeps grinding in his recovery like the GM said he is. He's in the building every day, working, grinding, just trying to get back, on the field and back healthy. So I think if he continues to keep that up, which I'm sure he will, there's no reason literally to stop if you want to be back by that time. So if he continues to have that motivating push like he has now, I think he can be back early in the season. I just don't think it'll be by the time that he wants to be back because and I could be wrong, but the energy I got, you guys can go watch the first video that I talked about with Patrick Mahomes and the injury. I think that he wants to be back like first game, preferably of the season, and I just don't think that it's possible because you never know what God has planned, but I don't think it's probable. I don't, because with his injury, now granted he did have surgery. He had surgery immediately, but with his injury, I don't think, and it was a grade 3 ACL tear. So I'm not sure if he'll be able to just overcome all of the odds as far as just push past all of that, come back week 1 after having a grade 3, which is the worst possible one you could have. And I don't know if he can do that and still play like he wants to play. I think he can come back to that point. I just don't think it'll be Patrick Mahomes, and I don't want to see that. I don't. I don't want to see Patrick Mahomes kind of not being himself, which I'm sure is going to take a couple games regardless for him to get back into a rhythm of being himself, of being to the point to where he actually is himself and, you know, comfortable playing how he plays. It's gonna take a while to get to that point, but I don't want to see Patrick Mahomes playing, for lack of a better way to say it, nervous or scary, and then he's kind of bracing himself, and then with him, by the way of him bracing himself, he overcompensates, and knock on wood, maybe something else happens. I don't want to see that. So I want him to be fully healthy, fully ready to come back. And obviously the mental part is going to be there. The injury just happened last season. So of course the mental part of the injury is still going to be there for a while. But I want him to come back fully healthy the injury and the actual body part, pause on that part of the injury is good. Like he don't have to worry about running this way or doing certain things, or him trying to maybe throw a pass a certain way, or he don't want to do it because he's kind of worried, okay, what if I do something? I want him to just be able to play the game of football like he always has. Just play free, just being Patrick Mahomes. All the passes, all the crazy passes that should be interceptions. I want to see all of that. I don't want to see him bracing and kind of playing nervous, and you see him like running, but he's not really running like he can, or he has an opportunity to run, but he don't trust himself, so he kind of hesitating. I don't want to see that. I want him to come back fully Patrick Mahomes level healthy. And for that to happen, I don't think it's going to happen week 1. I just don't. And I don't think, to be completely honest, I don't think he needs to rush. I don't, and I'm gonna stand on that hill. Justin Fields, say what you want about him as far as being a franchise quarterback or whatever. Say what you want. Justin Fields is a quality backup in Kansas City. And I think for a couple games for Patrick Mahomes to get healthy, he can be a quality starter. He plays his game. He can run. He can pass when he needs to. He's a dual threat guy. It's not like that he hasn't had starting opportunities. He was literally the franchise quarterback for the Chicago Bears at one point. Now, granted, it wasn't for a long time, but they gave him a chance to be that guy, and they gave him a chance to kind of be the franchise guy. So he knows the pressure of starting. He knows the pressure of preparing and getting ready to play, preparation, staying healthy. He knows those things. He knows how to go into a game. He knows how to approach a defense from a starting quarterback, level of competency. He knows all these things that actually needs to go into a game as far as being a starting quarterback. I'm sure Andy Reid is going to do nothing but improve that for him, because Andy Reid is such a great quality mind as far as the game of football. And anyone that I've seen or heard, anyone that's been around Andy Reid will tell you how great of a football mind he is. I'm sure that he's going to do nothing but help Justin Fields to a point where he can elevate the stuff that he has even more, because he is a dual threat. I mean, this is not a surprise to anyone, but a better mobile quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. So you can do more running things with Justin Fields. Maybe you could do more read option with Justin Fields that you wouldn't do with Patrick Mahomes. Maybe this year, and what I was thinking when they went and got Justin Fields, I was thinking about this. You guys can let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I was thinking, regardless, Patrick Mahomes is coming back from an ACL injury, right? Even when Patrick Mahomes comes back, I wouldn't let Patrick Mahomes run if he doesn't have to. If it's 4th and 1 and we got a Patrick Mahomes run call, I'm putting Justin Fields in there and letting him do that. He's a great, from the quarterback position, he's a great physical, agile, fast runner of the football from the quarterback position. And for a couple games, when he's going to get the start, and that's what I would do. I wouldn't rush back if I was Patrick Mahomes. For a couple games, he's going to get the start. Be creative with it. Let Andy Reid do his thing. Let him call more read option. Let Justin Fields throw the ball occasionally. Let him show off his arm occasionally. Because also, this is Justin Fields' audition to see if he can be a quarterback somewhere else. That maybe he can get another permanent starting position, because obviously he's not going to start over Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. He's just, the backup quarterback at this point. He's not going to start over Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. We know that. But he might get an opportunity to start somewhere else. This is his opportunity to see, can he handle being a competent starting quarterback for a couple games. So I don't think Patrick Mahomes needs to worry or rush or think that the team is just burning to ashes if he's not there. No, I think Justin Fields is a quality starter that can start a couple games here and there, especially starting off the season, because here's the thing. Justin Fields is starting the season off as a starter. And that's just how I would do it. I wouldn't rush back if I was Patrick Mahomes. Let Justin Fields start, get another season so he can get healthy. Okay. There's not much the Chiefs have to worry about. Justin Fields isn't in the position to lose anything. So what if he loses a couple early season games and it's not him, but you guys get it, he's the quarterback, and he's, the quarterback gets blamed for everything. So if he loses a couple games, or the Chiefs lose a couple games during the beginning of the season, okay, fine. Patrick Mahomes come back. If you get back on track, you get back on track. If not, you get back on track next year and back to business as usual next year. But not too much is gonna happen in the couple games that Justin Fields is gonna start. Not much is gonna happen. If you win those games that Justin Fields starts, great. You have a great layout for Patrick Mahomes to come back healthy and just step into the starting position once again and not have anything to worry about other than playing the game of football the way he always have played it. That's all he has to worry about. If you hypothetically, and I don't think this is going to happen, but if you hypothetically lose a couple games that Justin Fields start, okay, you lost a couple games. Okay, Patrick Mahomes comes back in healthy. If you get back on track, you get back on track and you can adjust and kind of figure out where you're going from there. But I don't think it's going to be a position to where if Justin Fields starts these games, we're definitely out of the playoffs or out of contention. No, I mean, at the worst possible scenario, I could see them going maybe, because I think Patrick Mahomes will probably miss the first at least 4 games of the season. I think he'll at least miss the first 4. So if that's the case, I think they'll at the worst go 2-2. At the very worst, they'll go 2-2. I don't see 0-4. I don't see 1-3. Maybe 2-2. Okay, that happens. Great. Patrick Mahomes gets back in there, starting position, 2-2, and he takes off from there. And then we see what Patrick Mahomes can do. Coming back from the injury, obviously, we know what he can do, but coming back from the injury. It's not just this thing to where they have to have Patrick Mahomes just there, it's done. No, you have a competent quarterback who has started games, who's played games before. Don't forget he started for Russell Wilson before Russell Wilson got himself together with the Steelers and everything. So it's okay. Justin Fields, while he may not be an elite starting quarterback like Patrick Mahomes is, it's not many who is like Patrick Mahomes, just saying, but he's not on that elite tier level. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. He's not on that level, but you don't have to be on that level when you're a backup quarterback. I'm just calling a spade a spade. You don't have to be on that level. You can be just good enough as a backup quarterback. And while I think Justin Fields has the potential to be very good, through his career, he hasn't shown the things that I would have thought that his talent would have generated by now. He doesn't have like the stats or stuff like that. But that's not completely on him. He played on the Bears early in his career. Then the Steelers, the whole being a backup and starter and situation. Then the Jets, which is a whole nother train wreck of a situation. So it just, he's been in a lot of unfortunate situations in his career. Let's just call it what it is. But regardless of what I think he could have done in his career or what I think he lacks as far as being in that upper tier of quarterbacks, he is a good backup quarterback. Probably one of the best backup quarterbacks you could have, honestly. Because he has the necessary things like the starting experience, the pressure of knowing what it's like to go into games, prepping as the starter. He's, he was the starter with the Jets, was the starter with the Bears, was starter for a little bit with the Steelers. So he knows what it's like to prep for these different things and go into games as the starting quarterback and having that starting quarterback mentality. He knows what that's like. So it's nothing new to him. So it's nothing that I think that Patrick Mahomes has to stress over, or the Chiefs have to stress over, or the supporters of the Chiefs have to stress over. Chiefs Kingdom honestly shouldn't be worried about much. Patrick Mahomes is grinding, so he'll be back, in my opinion, early in the season. And I rock with his approach to try to get back early in the season. I do. I think he'll be back early in the season, but don't rush it. because I don't want nothing else to happen. So don't rush it. Justin Fields starts a couple games, and we'll see what happens. And if he does great, great. If he does okay, kind of mediocre, so what? You lost a couple games early in the year. That's what Patrick Mahomes is back for. Now you can make up them games like the Chiefs always do. They lose games all the time, but they just happen to make them up somehow. So it just happens. It's nothing to stress over. Patrick Mahomes, I think, should be taking his time, working like he is. I just don't think he should have the extra pressure of trying to make it back for opening day. Now, I do like that he's using the pressure to motivate himself to get back. That's amazing at all times. Like, to have something that you're grinding towards to actually make you work harder and push harder. I have no problem with that. But if he is working like this because he feels like that, I just gotta get back like for the opening day of the season because I don't know what's gonna happen if I'm not there. I think that his mentality should be more just focused on getting healthy, because I don't think the Chiefs team is something that you just have to get back and rescue right away. I think they'll be good for a couple weeks. So that's my approach on it. But I really rock with the attitude, though. Shout out to my boy, my homeboy, Patrick Mahomes. Yo, it's me, Chill, from the Chill Report. If y'all watched the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to come back next time. Before you leave, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Become one of the chillest players in the game. And I'm out. Peace.